Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to show you the kind of everyday carry system that I employ on a day-to-day basis. Now, having taken a look at a fair number of the EDC videos on YouTube, they're mostly made by people from the United States of America. Nothing wrong with that. But in America, the legal frameworks are a little different, and your defensive needs are somewhat greater than they are down here. So I notice a lot of you guys will carry multiple knives, guns, capsicum spray, tasers, you name it. Nothing really wrong with that. I'm not here to judge, but in Australia we can't carry knives, let alone guns. So my EDC system kind of reflects that. It is not a defensive system. It's just for day-to-day things that I'm likely to encounter. Okay, so that's something to bear in mind. In my right pocket, I have my keys. Okay, I clip them to a belt loop with a carabiner, and that just stops them from falling out of my pocket. They get put in the pocket, clipped on, they're not going to move. I've got a nice little bottle opener, nice and cheap. I also have a Steamlight Nano. This is the only flashlight that I carry. Okay, it is nice and bright. Okay, it suits my needs quite well. I really don't see the need to spend close to $100 on a flashlight that has a ridiculously large amount of lumens that I'm really never going to use. Okay, this suits my needs down to the ground. For someone who's having to use a torch a lot more regularly than I am, you might want to spend that kind of money. But if all you're trying to do is, you know, maybe find something that in your glove box of your car, then something like this does fine. You can't get these in stores in Australia, which is a shame. I bought this one off Amazon. It cost about $6, so pretty low cost. Okay, so that's my keys. Then we have my wallet. Pretty standard black leather wallet. Okay, has all my IDs, cash, etc. It also has a variety of first aid supplies. Okay, we got a variety of sizes of band-aids for something like this, which is good if you've just got a mosquito bite that won't stop bleeding. Just your standard size band-aids. These are a little bigger than normal, but I like them. Knuckle band-aid. It's annoying if you scrape your knuckles. It's even more annoying if you have to have your movement restricted using a normal band-aid. A bunch of alcohol swabs. I've got about 6 of these. These things are goddamn tiny, so if you need to clean a wound up, you're going to need more than one. I carry about 6 just in case. We also have a large band-aid. Okay? This is the largest thing I carry on a day-to-day basis. The reason for this is I don't go anywhere where there are snakes, so I am not going to carry a constricting bandage with me. And anything bigger than this, I'm probably going to need stitches and should be going to hospital anyway, so that's not really a concern for me beyond this point. I do carry a slightly larger first aid kit in my car and in the bag, which I tend to carry with me, which I'll eventually get round to doing a review of. So yeah, this is about the biggest thing I carry. Next up, on my left pocket, we have a comb. Fairly self-explanatory. We also have a handkerchief. Okay, just your standard handkerchief. You can buy these really cheaply. In addition to its obvious use, it also has the benefit of being able to be compressed onto a wound to stop bleeding, so if it's nice and clean. So good to carry one of these. We also have a Moleskin Notebook. I like the Moleskins. They're a bit more expensive than a spiral bound notebook or anything else, but I find they tend to stay together a lot more. The binding's a lot better. They slip into a pocket really easily. They're nice and thin as well. Generally speaking, I would pay more money for this than be cheap and buy a spiral bound. They're just a better product. Pay the extra money. We have the obligatory pen to go with the notebook. Standard black clicker pen. We have some Werther's Original toffees. I like Werther's Originals. I also like sugar. Always good to have. We also have a little Pillbox. Okay, you can buy these at the chemists. They're easy to get. And in there we've got a couple of doses of paracetamol and a few doses of anti-histamines. So I keep this on me all the time, and if I happen to get a headache, which I often do in my work, it just helps to be able to treat that nice and quickly without having to raid the first aid cabinet. Okay. Now, we take a look at what I have on my belt. I have a fairly standard camera phone. Okay. It's served me well over the last few years. It's got a QWERTY keyboard. I like that. It works rather well. I always get annoyed using autocorrect. I'd rather type what I want to type. I also have in a belt sheath a Leatherman Fuse Knifeless. Okay, the laws we have with knives in the state of Victoria in Australia do not also extend to multi-tools. If you get caught with a multi-tool with a knife, that is not a legal excuse to carry a knife. It's got to be an occupational reason or something like fishing, and by fishing I mean you've got to be at the pier with your line in the water. Okay, so this is about the only thing I can legally carry. It has no blades. I've got another review up on YouTube for this as well. It's really good if you live in a jurisdiction that isn't so knife friendly. And with that, also in the same sheath, I have the bit driver kit. Just makes it just a bit more useful as a tool. So, to those of you who do live in a jurisdiction like mine which doesn't like knives, I hope this might give you some ideas. To everyone else, enjoy. Send me some feedback, give me suggestions. Thanks.